Alright everybody, the day has come. Welcome to Rust Belt Builds YouTube channel. Today, we have the 355 and we have the Camaro. We're in the shop today. We're getting big stuff done. So if you don't know the specifications on this engine, go watch our other video. 2 weeks ago I posted a video breaking down what is up with this engine. It's going to be an absolute monster. But tonight, this meets this for the second time. But version 3 of the Camaro is going to be absolutely gnarly. We're going to throw this thing in here. We're going to get it fired up. We're going to get it wired up. We're going to get it running. And we're going to smoke the shop out. That's what we're going to do. So, if you guys are as ready as I am, stay tuned. Enjoy the video. And we'll see you later.
You.
It's crazy to think those guys would carry motors in those trailers and just swap them out at track day, right at National Trails in the parking lot.
No, you gotta dump the money in the motor.
Where are you at? Where are you at?
Where you at?
Dude, I'll throw some fucking change in there. Stuff it down in there.
Just lose it.
I don't even care.
For just
Money well
pennies a
earned.
day,
Pennies
you
a
can
day.
save a local mechanic.
I could probably buy the intake. That's all I got. Oh my god, dude. Imagine like, just actually penny going down in there and staying. I'm trying to get my crusty fingers on your nice intake.
Does he need to come forward or anything?
I won't be able to tell till we get her a little bit more. I mean, it's pretty centered up for the most part. We're clearing everything so far.
Try to get the clamshells to fit over the motor mounts before we let it all the way down.
Yeah, it's have to tilt
Check
back.
that ground wire down there.
Alright, we're gonna have to come back up, I think. Okay, so pretty much we had a little bit of a struggle because the hoist runs into the car and it's putting pressure on this part of the chain, so we can't really tilt it easier. We're fighting against this chain. And as we were lowering it, the nose of the torque converter, the back, was decided it wanted to mate itself into the holes of the flex plate. So after lowering the transmission and lowering the engine and lining stuff up, I was able to push back on the transmission a little bit and it cleared. And then now we have both dowel pins lined up and we're starting the bolts for the bell housing. And from here on out, it should be smooth sailing. So.
How you doing down there?
I am currently putting on a high-powered starter with my fingers.
So, trans is mounted to the block. Torque converter is all bolted in. Got the engine mounts in. Trevor's putting the starter in. Once that's on, we'll connect all the power wires. And then we're gonna start dressing up the engine, power steering pump, alternator bracket, alternator, and you know the rest. Quick update.
Everything's together in terms of that issue, and now we have the starter wired up. Oil pressure gauge is hooked up because we need that hooked up when we go to prime the engine, or else oil will come flying out of it. We have the fuel pump also bolted up, which is another area for oil to come flying out. So we're pretty much prepping the block now to be primed so we can adjust the valves, because when you let hydraulic lifters sit for a while, they bleed out the pressure, and if you try to adjust them while they're not pumped up all the way, you will have extreme complications because it won't have a right adjustment, and a lot of shit can go wrong. So
Bro just crawled out of the sewer.
literally sewer rat. All right, let's do
Some of that liquid
Moving.
gold cascading over the valves. Wow.
I sinned. And then Yeah, there we go. This is the fastest way to pour oil on this engine right now. Dump straight down into the oil pan. And every little bit counts for the shavers. This shit's like $10.
$11 a quart. Don't talk about it.
Okay, so right now we're lubing up all the valve train components, rocker studs, valve stem, and then the push rods, because this is the most important part on the first fire up, because a lot of friction is on these newer parts that we're installing. So yeah, we're just using some of this comp cams, pro cam, and lifter lube. This is like your average lubrication for building anything that has moving metal parts. It'll work.
1.6 ratio. And as I stated in the previous video, the build of this motor, it's a 480 lift cam, but with a 1.6 rocker arm ratio that bumps the lift up to 512 degrees. All right, we're gonna attempt to prime the engine here. We got everything wired up. Just gonna click the starter over. Is it moving?
Yeah. Get a starter brake.
Yeah.
It's 25 PSI.
Is that what? Yeah, no. Something electrical's clicking.
Yeah, it's starter getting hot.
So what's it building at?
25, climbing up to 40. It's bleeding back off now.
Go ahead. Say it's good. All right, we're primed. Most important part, putting stickers on a car. So you see we have a collection of stickers here. And all of these parts are on this car. Yes, I do wear Vans. Affiliated. Yes, it is an Autobot. And yes, I do listen to Rolling Stones. Probably about right here. Let's say she's done.
I think it completes the sticker set, doesn't it?
No, I still got a couple more.
I got 1,000 more
I
brands.
got some auto meter stickers. You know, some other stuff. My toolbox at work is looking pimping. I might have to throw a picture of that in here on this video. But yeah, added to the collection. Yes, it did go 12.9. Yes, it will go 11.9.
All right, so we left off last time at priming the engine, and so far we have all of the rocker arms on this side adjusted. I'm doing the hydraulic roller valve adjustment, which is exhaust open, intake closed. In one of our previous videos, we explained how to do this. On the last engine, same setup, it applies here. So I'm on this side, going to adjust these valves, and after that, we'll just start buttoning up everything around that. We can put on the valve covers, we can get the carburetor on, we can start putting the headers on, and the drives and accessories, fuel lines, and then we should definitely have this thing fired up and, you know, ripping the rear tires clean off of it here. But
All right, everybody. This block off plate here tells a story. Anyone that has ever laid their hands on this car has signed that block off plate. Trevor has yet to sign this block off plate, and this car would not be in its current state without him. So this is history in the making. Here we go.
there it is.
There it is.
All right, so after a couple hours of leaving off and putting the valve covers on, so far we have a complete engine in terms of, I don't know, everything but headers. It's been a long night. We didn't expect it to take this long, but we ran into a few issues, so it is what it is. Part of the hobby. But we're pretty much just putting headers on, and they put a alternator rework on because it was all messed up.
So shiny the camera's getting glimmery, bros. I can't see.
And then there's also a new power steering pump bracket. Before, this car never had power steering, and now it's about to, so drifties are going to be a lot easier. But yeah, we pretty much got it down to the last few pieces, just the headers, plug wires, throw some antifreeze in it, and see what happens from there.
We're about to fire the motor for the first time in its new rendition, and hopefully this all goes well. It's going to take a minute to pick up fuel to the carburetor, but that is what we have starter fluid for. So, without further ado, all of our electrical connections are correct. We'll see if this happens. Go ahead. Does fuel come out of the jury? Really exciting moment here at Rust Belt Builds. The motor fires with some tinkering of the timing and some high concerns of what that noise just was. The motor fires up, loud clattering noise. We're sitting here pooping our pants because we didn't know what that was. But further research and development has showed us that our 1.6 rocker arms were not full of oil yet, and we're just a bunch of pansies that are freaking out over nothing. But it fires turnkey. The timing is, I'll show you. No pedal needed. Still got a questionable noise here, but it is humping.
Well, it hasn't came apart yet, so.
Good oil pressure, right? 50 pounds at idle. It has not came apart. There is no sparks on the ground. There is no leaks anywhere. I haven't checked, but there's no leaks. And yeah, so we're gonna investigate the sound that we think we hear, but it is also open headers, so we might just be hearing valve train noise. But stick around because tomorrow, it's 5 in the morning right now. So tomorrow we're gonna turn this thing around.
Later today.
We're gonna smoke the shop out, so stay tuned for that.
shit about chop. Burnout time, baby. Yeah.
Alright everybody, the end of the video, and as promised, about to smoke the shop out. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Holy, I can't see. I cannot see. There was a truck there. There was a quad and some shit over there. There was a car over there.
Oh my god.
I hear voices.
If you were to
Oh dude, you gotta come feel these tires.
Save me! Save me!
Turn them fans on, boy. Out here. I can't see anything.
Wow.
Here, see if you can see me. No. Oh my god, it's smoky in here.
Fresh pile of rubber. Dude,
Sheesh.
what do you think?
I think it's maybe adjust the timing a little bit when we get it
It was backfiring.
out on the road, and this should be a whole different animal.
Dude, the speedo went to 170.
170 mile an hour in the
You can tell the difference in the low end, how it wants to. It just wants to go. I'm out of here fighting up with cancer.
Dude.
Yeah.
Got the flashlight on.